Hey guys, welcome to the workout. It's Jack with Stronghold Strength and Conditioning. And today I've got a 30-minute full body Tabata bodyweight workout for you that's gonna hit you from head to toe. But before we get into it, make sure you take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it like this. And that includes these workouts. Ready? Let's go ahead and get into this one. All right guys, like I said, the format of today's workout is Tabata. So we're gonna be going 20 seconds on, work at a time. We're gonna do 10 seconds of rest following that, and we're gonna do 8 rounds of that so that we hit 4 minutes completely there of one single exercise. So you're gonna get a lot of repetition, it's gonna move fast, so be ready for that. And our main focus will always be the form throughout it, so listen for my cues here as we're working out. I'm gonna be cueing important muscles that we wanna be feeling, what we wanna feel engaged, what our position should be like. So pay close attention to that. Even though it is moving quick, that is the most important key here. So slow it down as much as you need within that 20 seconds that we're working, and just worry about good execution from there. So like I said, we got 6 exercises that we'll be doing that with. There will be a minute rest after each Tabata round. So you're gonna get a little break in between there, have some water nearby, make sure you can get a quick sip there and catch your breath in that minute rest following the 8th round of that Tabata there. Altogether, it's gonna be a 30-minute workout that's gonna get you from head to toe, and you can adapt these as much as you need to. I'll be talking you through what adaptations might look like in the first round of each of the Tabatas, so that you can kind of modify as you need if necessary. So just listen in for those. Don't worry, you can do this from beginner to intermediate to advanced and make it as challenging as you need to, and I will talk you through that as we go. Ready? Without further ado, let's start to get into this one. Alright guys, there will be a timer in the bottom right hand corner of your screen showing the work and rest intervals here. The first exercise is going to be a bear crawl. Go ahead and begin. Shoulder blades rolled down and back, elbows rotated toward the ribs and thighs here, and the knees and hips at about 90 degrees the whole time. If you're moving, we're going opposite arm to leg. If that's too challenging for you, just hold the bear crawl position with the hips at about 90 degrees the whole time and go static for the 20 seconds. And rest here. It's very important that we focus on core activation in the beginning of any workout here. So here we're trying to get those abs primed, the good shoulder positioning, and even feeling the glutes and hip flexors working accordingly together in this one. We're into round 2 here. Make sure that you're staying engaged throughout. Imagine trying to balance a glass of water on your lumbar spine as you move each time. Don't get too confused over the opposite hand and leg movement. Just take your time, try and get it nice and smooth, it'll come. Go ahead and rest again here. 2 rounds down, we're heading into that 3rd round. As you can see, this is gonna move pretty quickly overall, but it will start to add up. Round 3, go ahead and begin. Awesome job. Take a rest here. And go ahead and begin round 4. We're hitting that midway point here. Things will start to add up. You'll start to feel that core more and more as we go along. Just pace yourself as you need to. If you need to go from moving to stationary, that's okay too. Just go at what you're at level-wise. And again, focus on maintaining the form and rest. Round 5, go ahead and begin. We've got 3 rounds to go after this. You're almost there, guys. Getting that first one out of the way and going from there. Keep it moving. Again, always focusing on nice rigid structure. This is core stability here. We don't want to feel our lumbar spine arching. And rest. We don't want to feel the shoulders out of position. It should feel like those shoulder blades are holding down and back. My neck isn't shrugging. Go ahead and begin round 6. and I'm able to maintain that nice neutral spine. If you look from my shoulder to my hip, there's generally a pretty straight line. There's minimal movement from side to side. There is a little bit, but it's minimal, and that is our goal. We're trying to keep stable with minimal movement, so if there were a glass on our back and rest, that it wouldn't fall off there.
And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get.
Round 7, go ahead and begin. You have 2 rounds here to go. Finish out strong on this one.
Down in the deep of my mind, I cry for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind.
And rest. 1 more set to go here. You should be feeling that shoulder warmed up at this point, those abs warmed up at this point, even those glutes and hip flexors, a little bit of blood flow to all those areas in there. Maybe that elevated heart rate a little bit as well in this position, depending on how challenging this is for you in this. And even as you breathe here, you can focus on nasal breathing throughout the exercises here. The more you can maintain the nasal breathing, the better. Alright guys, you finished out the first Tabata here. Our next one coming up will be a 90-90 switch. Take a little break here, get a nice drink, catch your breath in the meantime here, and recover before the next round begins. Alright, about 20 seconds here and we'll be jumping into that 90-90 switch with a little airplane motion. So here's the version that we're going to be doing, but if this is too challenging for you, just put your hands back behind you and focus on the leg portion only, or stick to one side at a time per 20-second bout. Ready? Go ahead and begin. So I'm leaning over one leg in the 90-degree position and then switching my legs over so that it's 90-90 both directions. My shoulder blades are down and back. I'm trying to squeeze them together on my upper back as I lean over that knee that's out in front of me. Again, if that switch is too challenging for you, you could put your hands back behind you, make the switch happen, and then lean over the leg, or reach the hand of each arm on one side of the knee and one side of the foot, so you can plant that if you need to for a little bit of balance and stability. There are different ways that you can help yourself in this position. Even if that switch is too much, you can just plant yourself here. So do the right side for 20 seconds, then do the left side for 20 seconds. So pick the one that works best for you on this. It can be challenging, that internal and external rotation of the hip here, which is what we're trying to get warmed up. You should feel those glutes working as we lean over that front leg each time. You might feel those hip flexors, internal rotators working on the back leg as you lean over to help ground you and stabilize you in this position. Again, make sure the shoulders are in a good position. We shouldn't be shrugging. We shouldn't be feeling those ears ending up in the shoulders there. Keep them down and back. Focus on the engagement of your upper back each time. Go ahead and rest. And begin. We're already into round 4 here. And rest. You've hit that halfway point already. And begin round 5.
How long do I gotta keep you?
And rest. Round 6. Round 7. Again, as you start to fatigue here, make sure that you focus on keeping those shoulders engaged on the upper back. Think of squeezing the spinal column with those shoulder blades. I'm pointing my thumbs back here to keep my shoulder in external rotation. That helps stabilize the shoulders. And then leaning over those hips from side to side. Rest. One more round here. Finish out strong, whatever you can do with nice clean reps. Ready? Go ahead and begin. Leaning over 90 degrees, both legs there. You got the glutes engaging on that front leg to keep you nice and stable. You got the hip flexors and internal rotators engaged on that back leg to help stabilize from the back side there. And those shoulder blades are engaging to connect the core. Good job. Take a rest here. You got 60 seconds and then we're coming back for some higher intensity work here. This is going to be the brunt of your work coming up here. Alright guys, 20 seconds left to rest here. Our next one is going to be a reverse lunge with a skip at the top here. We want to go opposite arm to leg. We're going to be working the same leg out front the whole time, and then we'll switch legs every 20 seconds, alternating the side there. Ready? Get set. And here we go. So we're going to be reaching one leg back. I'm starting on my left leg here. Opposite arm to leg, spring up, explode off of that leg out front, drive that knee high up front that comes through, and then reach back over your mat if you're using it. It's a nice distance to use. Think shoulders over hips as much as you can. Nice vertical position in this lunge. Go ahead and rest here. We're switching sides. Go ahead and get set because it's going to move quick into that next side. So now my right leg is out front, opposite arm to leg. Go ahead and begin. Swinging and driving, really exploding off of that, driving the arm up front, driving the knee up front. Take your time, feel the balance. If this explosiveness is too much for you, just work on a split lunge position. So don't worry about the jump, work on a reverse lunge if that's a little bit more comfortable for you. You can always hold on to something to help with the balance if you need to for it, but take the jump out of it if that is too much for you. Ready? Round 3, go ahead and begin. We're back to that left leg out front. And rest. These are going to start to add up, so take advantage of that rest time. Switch over to the other side here, get yourself ready to go, but take advantage of your rest. Go ahead and begin. Back at it, right leg out front, explosive, reaching back, driving up front here, and you're going to feel those quads start to work more and more every set here, so that's going to build up. Quality reps. Don't worry about the speed, worry about the form as you go. Take your time to get quality reps and rest. Go ahead and begin. Back to that left leg again. Opposite arm to leg, shoulders over the hips, driving into that explosive stand, or simply lowering in and standing back up, focusing on those glutes engaging, especially in that top extended position. The quads are pressing strong to help drive and give explosiveness. And rest.
Used to pay to my mom life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool.
All right, that heart rate should be up. Go ahead and begin. We're into round 6 here. Right leg working out front, left leg driving through, opposite arm to leg. Stay strong, take your time on the reps. Don't worry about the speed. I will repeat it time and time again because that's our main focus. And rest. Go ahead and begin. One more set each side here. We're back to the left side. Those legs should be getting a little fatigued at this point. Quads and glutes should be getting tired. Maintain that upright posture as much as possible here. You're almost done with this left side. 1 or 2 more jumps out of it and rest. Very good. Take your breath here. Reset for the other side. Right leg out front. It's going to be our last round with the skipping lunges. Go ahead and begin. Finish out strong, whatever you got left in the tank on this one. And rest. Good job, guys. 60 seconds on the clock to rest here. We're going to be coming back in a few seconds here to talk about the next exercise. Catch your breath, get a drink if you need. All right, 20 seconds left on your rest. This one is gonna start to add up. So next we're gonna be doing a prisoner squat. So you're starting from a tall kneeling position and going into the bottom of a squat position or a quarter squat position here. You're gonna alternate legs, but don't worry if it's not perfect. It's still gonna be okay, even if you don't get it perfect. Go ahead and begin on our first round here. You'll see that I mess it up even too here, which leg comes out first. It gets a little confusing at times, especially when those legs get fatigued. So take your time, do the best you can. Shoulder blades are engaging on the upper back here. You want to make sure that you do hit that tall kneeling point when you're down each time. Glutes are engaged. Take a rest here, 10 seconds, and then we're in for round number 2. So in that tall kneeling position, every time you want to feel those glutes engaged before we go back into that hip flexed position. You're going to feel those quads really working hard to hold that half squat each time, and it's okay. It's supposed to be that way. Do the best you can. Again, slow down the reps as you need. Now, if you need to modify where you can't get up without your hands, you can also do this holding on to a railing or a post. That's another way we can modify this one to make it happen, or even just do 20-second holds where you're in the bottom of the squat position, or whatever works best for you based off of those options here. We're into round 3, 10 seconds left in this round. Do the best you can. Again, don't get caught up on which leg has to come out first. It gets a little confusing after you're moving quickly and trying to keep up with everything. Go ahead and take a rest. And begin round 4 here. And rest. You made it halfway so far. Catch your breath. These should be adding up, no doubt. Round 5, go ahead and begin. As you start to fatigue more and more, do your best to focus on that core positioning, trying not to lean over too much. Think vertical torso as much as possible, although I will say it is more natural to have some forward lean in a body weight squat here. That is okay. You don't have to worry about being completely upright in this half point. Take a rest. Round 6 is coming up. So in the bottom position here, one thing that we can really work on is the knee positioning, making sure those knees aren't caving toward one another, and we're feeling those hips hold those knees at a distance from one another, in line with the middle toes or even the smallest toes as you work on this one. Do the best you can. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Round 7, go ahead and begin. and rest. 1 round remaining, guys. You gotta finish out strong here. Catch your breath here, a couple more seconds to rest. Get ready for this last one, and go ahead and begin. Knees pulling wide toward the middle or small toes. A vertical torso as much as possible, trying to center up between those legs as best you can, alternating, switching the leg that comes out front. Do the best you can, finish out strong on these reps here, and then you've made it to a nice 60-second break in between to let those legs recover and rest here. 60 seconds, I'll check back with you in a few here to tell you the next exercise. All right, 20 seconds left in your rest period here. Our next exercise is going to be a push-up combined with a downward dog cross shin tap. So if you need to modify this one, I would say hold the plank and just go into the downward dog cross tap position to make it a little bit easier for yourself, or you could do it with slightly elevated hands. You can't go too high though. Go ahead and begin our first round here. If you go too high with the elevation of the hands, you're going to lose out on the downward dog benefits here, holding that overhead position as you push back into that downward dog. So we do want to make sure that it is still a lower angle. So I would say plank or slightly elevated, not too high here. Take your first rest here. We're through that first round already. Now this is going to work the lats here, we're working the chest, the triceps, so you're going to start to feel those arms line up and start to fatigue over time, especially as these rounds go on. With the push-up, we want a tight butt, nice plank position, abs engaged, shoulder blades rolled down and back. You'll notice my elbows are right in around my rib cage there. I'm keeping them close to my body. They're just wider than my shoulder. Go ahead and rest. When I'm in that downward dog position, we want to be pushing back from the arm that's planted as we rotate across to tap that shin on the other side there. Your feet do not have to be flat, although we can go in that direction. So if you can get the feet flat and hold that position, that's okay. If not, no worries, just do the best you can here. We're in round 3, finish out strong, and go ahead and rest here. Begin round 4. And rest, you're halfway at this point. Round 5, go ahead and begin. And rest. Round 6. These should be adding up at this point. Just keep doing the best you can. Remember, the goal is to always slow down the reps for quality as needed. It's not about speed unless you can perform the exercise with good form here as you're doing it. Take your time. Nice high quality reps through the movement. And rest. Go ahead and begin round 7. 2 rounds remaining here. And rest. 1 round to go. Go ahead and begin. This is our last round. Finish out strong with the push-up and that downward dog cross tap. Feel your arms pushing you back into that downward dog. Feel a solid plank through that push-up every time. Make sure those glutes get engaged as you're lowering back in. We want to make sure that we are stable through that position. And rest 60 seconds here. I'll check back within a few here. All right, 20 seconds remaining in your rest here. Our last exercise is going to be a bear crawl to a hip thrust position, okay? So we're gonna be doing one side at a time, always rotating over to the same side for the 20 seconds, and then switching sides on the next round each time. Ready? Our first round begins now. Go ahead and begin. Swing the leg over, drive the hips up, and then rotate back over into that bear crawl position that we first started with. Every time you rotate back over, we want those knees to be in 90-degree angle, the hips to be at a 90-degree angle. Every time we rotate back over into the hip thrust, we want to plant those feet so they're right underneath us. Take a rest here. First round already done. Ready? Go ahead and begin. Round two, swinging over to the other side, driving those hips up. Focus on the glutes engaging, maximizing your hip extension in this position. Keep the shoulder blades rolled down and back, making sure that the shoulder's not getting jammed up into the ear here. Now, if this is a challenging one for you in the first place and you can't quite get that rotation down, go ahead and rest here. You can always swap this one out for a glute bridge if you need. Just a standard glute bridge is working, or a hip thrust. Put your shoulders on your couch, put your shoulders on an elevated surface, and then just focus on the hip thrust portion, which is that extension of the hips there. We're into round three here. Finish out strong, focus on that rotation, get those glutes engaging, and a nice solid stable shoulder positioning, and rest. Round four, go ahead and begin. And rest, you're over that halfway point. Round five, go ahead back to the side you started on. So for me, that's my right arm that I'm rotating toward there each time. And rest. Round six, left side, go ahead and begin. And rest. Round seven, 2 rounds to go here. Finish out strong. One more round each side. Do the best you can. Really focus on that hip extension in each one. Don't sell it short. Max out the hip extension, even if it's a little bit slower in the end here. And rest. go ahead and begin. The last 20 seconds of this workout, you guys can do it. You've made it this far. Just take your time finishing out those quality reps, rotating over, shoulder blade in a good position, stable, driving those hips high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you've done it. All right, guys, there you have it. 30 minutes, full body Tabata style workout, head to toe covered. If you guys like this workout, make sure you let me know by clicking that big thumbs up down below. Take a moment to share it with a friend, give them a little challenge. You know, I hope you guys got to do this one outside as well. Maybe you followed along on your phone and enjoyed the weather whenever you're watching it here. But I hope you guys liked it, and be sure to let me know down below with that thumbs up, or even just a comment letting me know what you thought as well. I'm always open to comments and I love hearing from you guys, so make sure you drop those down below in the comment section. If you guys are here and you're looking to improve your overall mobility, make sure you take a moment to drop by the description and take advantage of my 7-day mobility training challenge. It is 7 days of 15-minute equipment-free mobility sessions designed as a litmus test to help you identify where you're missing range of motion, where you're lacking flexibility, and where you could control better overall from head to toe. So it's a full body head to toe litmus test showing you where you're lacking and where there's missing gaps that could be improved upon, and helping you identify why you're getting those training aches and pains and where you're consistently ending up with training injuries. And this is how you're going to figure that out. So it's a nice look at your overall body and the mobility, where it's missing pieces and parts, and the risk that it puts you at. It's completely free, no equipment necessary. You can sign up and get started today down below in the description. Take advantage of it. And last but not least, if you have not already, be sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on future content like this. Every Thursday, I'm putting out videos showing you how to resolve the aches and pains, prevent injuries, and overall optimize your performance inside the gym and outside of it, which includes fun workouts like this occasionally. Welcome to the Stronghold Army. I'll catch you guys next week.